Welcome to the live after show. Somewhat after at this point, the Game of Thrones episode. What are we? 703 now.
703.
The Queen's
technically still before West Coast.
Oh yeah. All right, that's cool. Yeah, the Queen's Justice. I'm James.
I'm James.
I'm Joel.
And Chelsea just got a slew of commissions tonight, so she's a little tied up right now, and sadly won't be joining us. When
killed a direwolf.
When the episode began, Chelsea leaned over and was like, "Cersei's gonna die this episode." And I imagine that had Cersei in fact died, she would be here to discuss it, full of tears. But alas, although Cersei had a wonderful episode, she did not quite die, and so Chelsea is free to work. And we are free to discuss this episode. I know. I see the outcry missing her. I did get a haircut since yesterday. Thank you.
Wow,
Looks good. It looks
day
good.
to day.
Yeah. Oh, I live stream a lot.
I look giant because I have to lean forward to the middle of a GoPro.
Russell, you've gotten larger.
Oh God. I wonder if anybody's gonna get that. Where that joke is actually from.
I still don't remember what
You
that's
don't
from.
know?
No.
It's from Airplane.
It's from Airplane.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen Airplane in its complete
Thanks to
form.
Heaps.
Clips
All
on
right.
TV. That's
So
all.
that was okay. So when that episode ended,
Yes.
Gressel was like, aside from the Battle of the Bastards and
No, I said aside from Battle of Bastard and Winds of Winter,
Mhm.
I enjoyed that episode more than maybe any other episode since season 4, which I don't think
that's
is hyperbole.
fair.
That's fair.
No, that's
I
fair.
think this is
Although-
the show getting back
although
to
Hardhome.
Hardhome's
but
an outlier in
but
that whole
Hardhome
season.
is in that same kind of.
What are you gonna say here, buddy?
Hardhome is in that same kind of strata as Battle of the Bastards and Winds of Winter. It's like a event episode. This is an episode going back to oh shit, what's the name of the episode? Like Kiss by Fire, or like one of those like early mid-season, like middle episode, or one of the Harrenhal episodes, like one of those like mid-season episodes that's like, this show is great, can't wait for next episode.
Okay.
Like,
No, that's fair.
you know,
Yeah, it was good.
this isn't an episode 9, this isn't an episode 10, and I know we're not going to get those this season, but still.
In a different season, though, this could have felt like an episode 8.
Sure.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
many final things happened in this episode.
This is on par, I think, with like Mockingbird, or like one of those like
You know these episode titles.
well, that's because I had to do all of them for our
Seminal
late
series.
lamented What's on the Box.
Yeah.
Goes to Harrenhal, yes, exactly. Like this is one of those episodes that has a lot of meat and a lot of character stuff and a lot of talking and a lot of great acting.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I was the most into Game of Thrones since I've been in a long time with this episode. Again, Battle of Bastards, Winds of Winter
In
notwithstanding.
a year. But this was my favorite episode so far of the season. We've got the most of the characters we like being themselves the most. Like, this was the most satisfying Cersei I've seen all season.
Oh my God, Cersei was terrifying. Cersei was
loved it.
so fucking scary, man. And I like, so yeah. Chelsea had said Cersei might die this episode because it's called the Queen's Justice, and she saw some symbolism with Jaime's hand being off, and there being like a chain around it. But as soon as Cersei started like super winning, I was like, no, we have to have at least this episode and maybe another one of like Cersei winning, and before we see her downfall, because it's just too it's overwhelming to see her win like this.
She's winning so hard.
Yeah.
I did not expect this.
I mean,
Okay, but question.
all right.
Devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
You know I love me some Cersei and some Lena Headey. But were any of these victories hers?
It's because you're saying Euron captured Ilaria and Sand Snake number 3.
Yes.
And
Go on.
and you're saying, what's another victory? I don't know. She got
Okay,
to fuck Jaime in
yeah.
broad daylight.
Well, who planned this
Okay,
raid
sure,
on
yeah,
Casterly
she
Rock?
That's my question.
She staved off the Iron Bank?
Right.
That's on her own.
Oh, okay, yeah, her victory over the Iron Bank, yes, is hers. But I wonder, military victory of the attack on Highgarden versus Casterly Rock, hers or Jaime's?
Yeah, we don't know who initiated that.
That could be a detail that I missed.
No,
Do you know?
I
I don't think
I
they
think to
spelled
preserve
it
the
out.
surprise that we got of finding out that the army was headed towards Highgarden, that we just didn't know. So I don't know, but it seems like the plan was well underway.
Yeah. So that's the question: who told Jaime to go to Highgarden?
Yeah, we've
Whose
been
plan
talking
was it?
shit about Cersei, saying that she's very good in the short term, but she needs to be playing a long game. And maybe that's not the case. Maybe the short is what we need, because Dany has been, based on Tyrion's strategy, ready for this longer game of bringing the people over, but she's just losing left and right.
Gunnar Lopers thinks Randall Tarley planned the Casterly Rock switch.
I sincerely doubt that.
I doubt in the show. I could see that in the books, though.
I am curious. I might need to be backed off just a hair, Joel. I'm curious.
Oh yeah, Jaime did mention that he learned it from Rob, so it may have been Jaime's plan.
But you could
This is what we
also-
missed from
Yeah.
not watching the episode
Right,
twice.
but you could also draw a line to Cersei's point to
Tycho.
Tycho Nestoris, right? That's his name?
Mm-hmm.
To Tycho, where she says, I'll get you your gold no matter what, or whatever. The Lannisters always pay your debt. In a week, you'll have your
Yeah,
gold
in
or
a
whatever. So you
week.
could draw a line from there to the Highgarden plan.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's good. What part of what makes this episode good is those ambiguities that are not like frustrating ambiguities, because they track narratively either way. It's Cersei's plan, it's Jaime's plan. They worked it out together. There's textual evidence for all of that, and I think that's one of those things that makes this episode so good, is it got back to some of the political machinations that we have been missing from Game of Thrones for a long time.
Hey, they've been there this season.
This season, sure.
Yeah.
And this is something we've said the last couple of weeks, is like we're back to politicking.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it is left ambiguous whether it was Cersei following up on her talks to Tycho about getting gold, or whether it was Jaime and the lesson he learned from Rob in the Whispering Woods. So
I'm betting when Cersei had that conversation, Jaime, he wasn't gone yet, because, spoiler alert for the people of King's Landing, he was in her bed. That was the scene.
do you mean spoiler alert for like the citizens of King's Landing? Is that
Yeah.
what you were?
Yeah.
Oh,
All of our fictional listeners
Yep.
in King's Landing.
Yep. So he hadn't left yet, but I think the plan was underway.
So I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this episode. Sorry, I was distracted by people in the chat comparing us to the American Idol judges.
Which one am I?
She said you're Simon. You get to
Yeah,
be Simon.
yeah.
No,
That makes sense.
Joel, you get Paula. I'm Randy.
you'd be Randy.
I'm Randy.
You'd be
Isn't-
Randy.
Isn't he
Totally.
like boisterous?
Yo, dog. He's the
Yo,
dog.
dog. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'll
that's
be Yo,
great.
dog. That's cool. That's cool.
I don't know Paula enough. Is Paula just like not there? I don't.
No,
is
she was
like
the
really
nice
affirming?
one.
Okay, yeah.
She was
Let's have
supportive.
another week where we divulge our lack of familiarity with pop culture.
Okay,
It's
in
so
our defense,
old,
this is
American
like
Idol.
20 years old.
That's true. That show's not around anymore. So
15 years old.
yeah. In any case,
Yeah.
I would like to take this opportunity to say something that disappointed me in the episode, and that is Casterly Rock. Can we pull up a picture?
Casterly Castle,
yeah,
maybe.
we can
Yeah,
pull up a Casterly
Because,
Rock.
ladies and gentlemen, if you have not familiarized yourself with the beautiful art of the world of Ice and Fire, and if you have not seen the
This
beautiful
is the
depiction,
one from
yeah,
World?
that's the boy. That's the boy right
Yeah.
there. If you have not seen the beautiful depiction of Casterly Rock, as seen in our hit video, 30 Casterly Rock, then you are missing out on what we were expecting it to be. Maybe not expecting, but hoping.
Hoping.
And-
I knew
Hoping
that they
so
would
hard.
not go
They
this
couldn't
far.
go the full Monty with this big rock.
However,
Why not? They're in season 7.
and
Do
it was
what
a
you
single
want.
shot. It was a single shot. I don't see why they couldn't have just gone for
I
it.
think that part of the reason that they went the way that they did with the design for it is to create a sense of confusion and illusion with Highgarden.
Sure. We when we saw the reverse of an army approaching a castle, we thought it was the same castle that we'd just seen, and it was not. It was Highgarden.
Yeah, but I don't think they meant to confuse people, because also I was a little
That's
let
giving them
down
a little
by
bit too much credit.
yeah,
Well,
and
no,
also
no,
a
I
little
think
less let down by Highgarden.
We did
yeah,
see-
I
so
would
think of
also
it
like
this
to pull
way.
up a picture of Highgarden if it's
We saw it from the reverse. We saw
yeah, look
initially
at
we
this
saw
fucking
Casterly
thing.
Rock from the water.
Look
And
at those
then-
little holes. Like, yeah.
They can't see my mouse.
They can't, but those little holes on the bottom are like what Tyrion was talking about, I presume, with the, I don't know, kind of sewer entrances. But look at this beast, man.
What are
That's what I
people
want to
saying?
see. Yeah, what are people saying? Because the one we saw on the show just looks like a fucking castle, whereas this is the
Casterly
Rock.
Castle.
The Rock.
It is. Can you
Casterly.
smell what this place is cooking? Because it's the people's champ, and it's gonna raise an eyebrow and
Oh,
drop an elbow.
Did someone else make the Ocean's 11
Yeah,
analogy?
I'm also not sure how I feel about that. Tyrion's
It took me
voiceover
so out of it.
while it seems because like you said, first there's the whole it could go this way,
Yeah.
and then it wasn't. That was
That's
just
not
like a
the
hypothesis.
show.
And then he's like, but instead it'll go this way. But because we were taken out of it initially,
Is this the world?
no,
High Garden?
It's, maybe that. I don't know.
Put up the Minecraft one.
Not putting up the mic. This is the one from Westeros.org.
Oh, okay. Sure, yeah. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
this
Hold on,
is-
you'll see it in a second.
Yeah,
Don't
Yeah,
this
worry.
is,
so I
this
think-
is for, our source for this is Westeros.org.
I think our frustration, or my frustration anyway, was that we didn't get to. That was supposed to be this major battle that we've been looking forward to, and to have it go so quickly, or at least not even feel connected to it, I think was frustrating. And the same would go then for the battle immediately after. We had two battles, sort of one mostly off screen, or at least it went very quickly.
Which one are you talking about? High Garden?
High Garden as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no complaints. Here's High Garden covering my face. This is from Westeros.org. A very that's a canon source. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, canon source.
For sure.
So I think the thing that we really missed for me was the tiers. Like when I think High Garden, I think the tiered kind of structure to it.
It's like a beautiful
Um,
cake.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who doesn't even care for cake,
We
I
did-
would love to eat High Garden up.
We did have some tears. Do we think it was the tears of Lys that Olenna was drinking there?
Oh, potentially. I
Yeah,
suppose
If it wasn't the Strangler.
it was not the Strangler.
Do you guys want to go back to the beginning and take it with that first scene, Jon's arrival?
Sure.
Sure.
We can back up.
Okay. Damn it! I wish
that's-
I'd seen what people were talking about as far as the.
Sorry, I had to
Everything goes.
run the show, James.
Well, try to do both, man. What's Liz? Mostly, I'm concerned about what Liz's opinions are, because she's who I
not
care
everyone
about.
else's. No.
No, fuck them. I'm here for Liz.
It's not a boulder, it's a rock. A rock.
Okay, I should have expected SpongeBob. All right, let's
Okay.
move on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right. That's SpongeBob. It's not Galaxy Quest. Garignac. All right, anyway.
rock. Yeah.
Galaxy Quest. All right. Let's do it. Hey.
I don't think the pig monster was Gordnak.
Yeah, Garignac.
Yeah, this opened, and I was so happy that we were getting right to this meeting of these two characters who have never been connected, except for heritage, in 6 seasons. I was so happy.
Yeah, man, it was kind of hard to fully appreciate the import of these two characters meeting for me, because like, I don't know, I'm sitting there watching that, I'm like, this is big, but like I want to, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it in my chest like I should have.
I wonder if that's part of the point.
Yeah.
Like, we've been building to these immense moments, these meetings that we've been expecting for years, Jon and Dany. But ultimately, it doesn't matter that Jon and Dany have met. There's a bigger issue at stake. And I think that you could make the argument that it's underscoring Jon's point. Like, they go up into the throne room at Dragonstone, and Jon meets Dany, and they're very
So
far
many
away.
titles.
So many titles, meaningless titles
Yeah.
now, and I think that's underscored by Jon's introduction of, this is Jon Snow. He's the He's the king in the north,
He's the sing in the north.
and that's it. And I think you look around, you look around the room, you look at the way that scene is shot, and I'm not a fan of Mark Mylod's directing.
I thought you were gonna say Emilia Clarke's acting.
Well, I'll get to that, but I think that I just rewatched last week's episode today, and it's very simplistic directing. However, I think in this scene he does an okay job of like accentuating the space between them, at least in early establishing shots, and that's like all this is meaningless. It's just empty titles, an empty room mostly, empty titles, empty posturing, because Jon's the one who has a real point, you know. And I think that that's kind of what the anticlimax of that meeting underscores, is that this is cruel, this is great, these are characters we want meeting, but there's a bigger issue at stake.
And I think for me, part of my, I was there for that scene, the tense interaction, but yeah, I didn't have that feeling of momentousness. I think because they're not privileged to all the information that we have, obviously, but they're coming at it from these very two specific points of view. You know, I need this and I need this, so they're not. It's these two people that we've, at least me, characters I've cared a lot about, fallen in love with, and they're finally meeting. And
you cared a lot about them falling in love with each other?
Yes. Uncle and niece.
Joel is
right?
all
been
aboard
Aunt
that
and
ship.
nephew,
It's
what,
been much
yeah.
worse.
No, I don't. I don't want that.
I do.
Cousins in Westeros is okay.
I
I
want to
guess,
watch
but,
it. I want to watch.
I think
Melt that
you
ice.
might get to by season's end.
what I really liked though, I liked being sort of not given what I wanted there, of just like like them understanding each other. Like they're coming from very different places, but I liked for Jon him seeing like a taste of Dany's story, but her laying it out so completely as to like how she's been like used and abused and what power she's found in herself, and that it's not what she wanted to hear, that like what you're doing, it doesn't matter. That's antithetical to her whole thing.
Right. Oh yeah, totally. I think that's a good point, but it doesn't change the fact that it's true.
Do you guys still think that she's going to be villainous?
I do. I don't think it's going to happen this season, but I think by the end of the series, Jon's going to have to turn on her.
What? Jon's going to have to turn on her?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I thought the route that you had assumed that would happen is pretty much she's not cool with Jon being king of the North and like attacks him for that.
They're going to reconcile. I think they're going to find common ground.
Oh,
and
so
especially now that Dany has no other choice, basically. Like, she has dragons, no other army, so she's going to field of fire things. We know that from the trailer. She's going to get her kind of revenge, and then, kind of regroup, and she's going to have to turn north. And I think they're going to come to an understanding, and then maybe next season, Jon's going to have to turn on her. I don't expect Dany to be a hero by the end of it. Are you laughing? Is turn on her something? Are you giggling at me?
I was just picturing like if they get to, you're like they'll reconcile, and then just like he'll turn on her and pegging,
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Joel.
Sorry. What?
Tyrion draws up the design.
Your maesters are familiar with the designs, I'm sure.
See, it was worth it.
We got there. Yes, and everybody.
Yeah. We also, I like the conversation between Tyrion and Jon when they're just walking up the steps, that they got their own time together, and his concern for Sansa, which seemed pretty genuine.
Yeah, that was nice. Because, they were married.
And his shock at seeing a dragon was like,
But
so
like,
cool.
okay, so they're like flying around up there, but they didn't see him until he like buzzed him on that walkway.
Drogon?
Yeah. Oh no, Jon.
I think it was
Didn't see
maybe
Drogon.
Jon didn't see Drogon until Drogon
Right.
buzzed
Yeah.
They
Jon
could have been on the other
walkway.
side of the island.
I guess, but you'd think you'd see him coming. Maybe he was engaged in conversation. Whatever. That's not important. The important part is those dragons look pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Hey, where's Ghost?
What?
Where's
Oh,
Ghost?
according to Brian Cogman on Twitter,
Oh yeah, good. Where is Ghost?
last week's episode, they shot a Ghost scene and cut it.
Ah.
So Ghost is allegedly at Winterfell.
Okay. Well.
Oh, he left him at Winterfell.
I don't know.
It-
All
it
I know
would've
is
been
that
cool
Brian
to take
Cogman
him.
said on Twitter.
Just fucking
He's
throwing a line.
I know. He said on Twitter that they shot a Ghost scene and they cut it. So it was either at Castle Black or at Winterfell. I would assume Winterfell, right? He's got to be at Winterfell.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have left him all the way at Castle. But what have we not seen him since Castle Black?
We have not seen him since Castle Black.
He wasn't even in Battle of the Bastards.
He wasn't in Battle of the Bastards.
What a bunch of bullshit, man.
Here's okay.
I understand there are budgetary issues, but like, throw us a fucking.
But do you know
line.
part of why there like a lot of people were complaining like, oh, they like if they can CG dragons, why can't they CG wolves? They don't just CG the wolves; they shoot real wolves.
Yeah, oh, I'm
In
sure.
Canada, and that's
Yeah.
it's a very expensive thing. But I
Sure.
agree with you.
Just give
just
us a line.
CG them or something, even
Just
if
do
it's,
something.
say like, oh, I had to leave Ghost at Winterfell. Anything.
Oh, I hope Sansa remembers to feed Ghost and give him the wet food that he likes. Like, just say that.
Yeah,
We're good.
he's riding a raven.
Oh no!
All right, our camera's gonna cut out. Bear with us, guys. Joel, will you go turn that back on?
Yeah, how do I do this?
You
Just
press
that
and hold the power
but It's
button.
gonna turn off in a little bit.
Well, we'll see how it
This
goes.
is a bummer. This GoPro, man.
If you guys want to improve the quality of our live streams, you can donate to our Patreon.
You can't say donate.
Oh
See?
shit! I know, and I'm the whole originator of Don't Say Donate.
Yeah, you can't say donate.
You have to contribute. Did it go off again? Try it again.
Yes.
Yep. We're gonna be back.
It comes back and I'm just drinking.
Could
What?
fish it? Use the other one. We'd be on.
No, it's gonna look terrible.
I mean, it's
We're
on
on.
now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's roll with
give
it for a
shot.
minute.
Let's roll with it for now.
All right, we're gonna be back in a second. Bear with us.
As our viewers climb.
Cool.
Okay. Maybe people don't want to see.
People
our
don't want to see our
faces.
faces. All right, here we go.
We
Where
also,
we leave off?
just people walking up. I was gonna say Davos. This is his first time being back in many a year, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, things have changed.
Okay. Let's talk briefly.
What?
He goes up and he talks to Missandei, and he's
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey, where are you from? I couldn't recognize the accent." Oh, that sounds like a lovely place. And then he goes back and says things have changed. Is this an extension of the discussion of foreigners and racism from last week, or is Davos just talking about her? She's like discourteous, and he's usually good with like lowborn people. What do you guys?
I don't know.
It doesn't- is it nothing? Am I overreading it?
Of color, you know.
It is
Yeah.
a tricky line with a person of color, so I think it's worth commenting on.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's hard to decipher. There's no. The through line, if there was something thematic there, didn't continue into the throne room
No.
because Davos shows respect and is trying to mediate the 2 points of view.
I imagine it was just supposed to be like a throwaway joke about like, oh, she wasn't that pleasant to me. Things have changed. But like, dude, last time you were there, your king was shacking up with this red priestess who ended up burning his daughter to death.
You were
so-
thrown in a cell.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was briefly imprisoned.
Although I guess he did learn to read, guys. So
Oh,
you know, he probably
Yeah.
looks back at that as like his reading Rainbow period of life.
Mhm.
And who doesn't look back at LeVar Burton and feel warm inside? Yeah.
Maybe it's just that he was used to Stannis' people being there. Here's someone from Narth, and that's
lovely
weird.
there.
Yeah.
Palm
well,
trees and
don't
butterflies.
stay there, guys,
Butterflies.
because you'll
Don't the
your
butterflies
skin
like
will.
eat your skin?
No. The butterflies are beautiful, but if you stay there like a few hours, and you're
Your
not
skin,
from there, it just
yeah.
like falls off.
Yeah.
So
That's not a
enjoy.
bit. That's an actual quality of that island.
Yeah.
So don't go there. Don't go to that fictional island.
in any case, Davos is the best. So
Is it off the shore of Sotheros?
I believe,
Sothorios,
Sothorios. I'm
or
sorry.
what's the U one?
Olthos.
Those.
Might be between the two. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's one of the Jade Isles. I
Oh yeah, we
think.
saw Bran.
We did see Bran.
Wait here.
Speaking
let's,
of,
Wait,
let's,
Bran
should we
or
go in
Bran?
order?
oh yeah,
we
well,
saw both.
did you want to talk about the Varys
Dr.
and
Bran Hatton.
Mel's-
How did we not make
Oh!
that?
Wait, did somebody say that? Or did
No,
you
I
just say
just
that?
came up with that.
That's what it is. Tweet it now. Take ownership.
Oh,
Tweet,
shit.
tweet,
All
tweet.
Okay, keep talking. I got
Take
I got
ownership of Dr. Bran Hatton.
We got a little interstitial with Mel and Varys because Varys is rightly questioning why the fuck aren't you meeting these people you wanted to bring here?
Good scene. I think there was some minor exposition in a lot of these conversations, but great scene, great acting from both Conleth Hill and oh my god, help me.
Melisandre.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, no.
Carice Van.
Carice Van Houten.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. God. Oh, she's so good. I'm sorry.
I expected her to play more of a role in the season, so I find it curious on the one hand that she's going to head to Volantis and not anywhere else, and that she's promising she'll be back.
Are they cutting payroll? Is it like the trade deadline at Game of Thrones?
I don't know. I expected her to intersect with Arya, but that could happen next season.
She did say like we'll meet again.
Oh yeah, she's
Back
got to
in
meet
season
back with
4.
Arya.
If
That's
this were
right.
what's on the box, we'd have clip support for that.
Ah.
Yeah, and it would be like if I'm Melisandre, I'd be like, I'm looking in your eyes. I was
Yeah.
Like, ooh. Let's just reenact.
Doesn't she
Yeah,
grab
do
her
that.
face?
Arya,
Yeah.
Gross will be Arya.
Whoop! It is Arya. I mean, she could have like all kinds of like long-term plans. We don't know what her deal is.
We'll see her.
She's been wrong a
see her.
lot.
She's gotta die on that continent.
Yeah, she still sees some sort of destiny for them both. Probably in the flames.
Seth Childs asks, "What is west of Westeros?" Nobody knows. What's
The
that
Last
island?
Light.
The
Last light, and then beyond
Last
that.
Light, and then beyond that, nobody knows.
Last
Yeah.
Light is an island way out up there. Some Ironborn have been out there, but maybe. I don't know if they ever came back.
Do you want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Speaking of Ironborn, we saw a quick scene of Theon getting just dragged onto a ship.
Oh yeah,
He deserves all the shit he gets.
but I don't blame him for jumping shit.
No.
I
I'm
don't
not
blame
excusing.
him
Yeah,
for
yeah, totally.
bailing out, because what could he have done? If he had
PTSD
charged
is real.
Euron, and if he had charged Euron, he just would have killed Yara. So couldn't have really done anything there. And yeah, he's got that PTSD. He got it deep in that brain. He saw people cutting out tongues and shit. You know what happened to him. He had to get out of there.
That doesn't excuse anything Theon's done.
Okay.
It's a once understandable.
I'm just saying he's not
and
necessarily a
frustrating.
wuss. All
No,
right?
no.
He's just a shitbag.
Yeah.
But he's not a wuss.
He wasn't making a calculated move. He was acting out of understandable and uncontrollable fear. But what he did do left him alive and possibly left Yara open to rescue, but I'm sure things are not going to be pleasant for her in the meantime.
Yeah, how about Yara? Because we saw her getting paraded down the street, but that was it, because she was not tied up in the dungeons along with Ilaria and is it Tyene?
Tyene.
Okay,
Tyene.
yeah, she was not down there with them. She's got her own special fate, apparently.
I think she's Euron's prize.
That's probably true.
You know,
yeah.
like what
she means nothing to
Yeah,
Cersei.
right. Cersei has no beef with Yara
Mm-hmm.
other than general treason, but like whatever. It's not like, you know, murdering one of your children
Mm-hmm.
beef. So
Yeah.
That's a big beef.
That's a big beef. Can we talk about Cersei and Euron?
Yeah.
Let's lead into it with
That
Euron's
shit.
parade.
Euron's parade
Euron's Thanksgiving
was
parade
a lot of fun.
Oh,
And,
and he's just having a high pitched
just
laugh
loving
and
it.
calling his
Loving
So
it.
you said this,
nephew a
there hasn't been
twat?
seen stealing like this since Oberyn.
Since Oberyn, yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
And-
agree.
I do
Oh.
think that, like, I made that comment though in the throne room, not necessarily in the street, but I do think that, like, Piju, how do you pronounce his name?
Oh, I haven't caught his
Oh,
name
yeah.
yet. I haven't been acclimated to it
I follow him on Twitter. He's an Icelandic actor, I believe, so his name is difficult to pronounce, but he's amazing.
yet.
Yeah.
He's great.
He is the first, not the first, but in terms of if you think broad series villains who've been only ever villains, Joffrey, Ramsay, now Euron, he's fun to watch. The other guys were just evil and you hated them.
What?
He's so fun.
Wait, I'm sorry.
What?
Joffrey was
Fun
great
to watch.
Ramsay was fucking great to watch.
I don't know.
They-
I never
they-
wanted to see them,
The
if that makes sense. I love watching him be evil. I never loved watching Joffrey, even if I was compelled
That's
by
just
him.
because you can dress up like Euron and you're happy
That's
he's getting
not
all this screen
why.
time. That's pretty much why.
No. There's something so charismatic. There's nothing charismatic about Ramsay or Joffrey to me. They're compelling, but not
I
charismatic.
will agree that there is nothing charismatic about Joffrey. I think that Ramsay had a weird kind of seductiveness to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ramsay definitely had that. Think of that gif of him wiggling that sausage, yo. That's great stuff.
And I mean, like, this is a credit to all of these actors
Yeah.
for making these villains such incredibly well hated villains.
Yeah.
But I especially what's his face, Ewan, however you pronounce his name, who played. I'm bad
All
with names
these damn
tonight.
Icelandics.
No, this guy's English or Irish. The
He
guy who
might be
played
Welsh.
Ramsay.
I don't
He
know.
might be Welsh.
I
I
don't know.
think he is Welsh.
I don't mean to
Anyway,
insult names. I'm sorry.
He was wonderful, and he had to do a lot with some poor writing.
Yeah. Maybe I would never want to.
Yes,
I don't want to
Taylor-
hang
Taylor
out with
knows.
Euron. I would
Welsh.
get a beer with Euron. The other two, I want to watch it a safer move. But Euron, I could just like pal around.
Joel, you're definitely being influenced by the time you dressed up as. him.
Yeah.
Listen,
no.
man,
This
I
is-
understand.
this
It
is-
happens, okay? Trust me. I get it, all right?
I dressed up
It happens
ahead
to
of
the best
last
of
week's
us.
episode. I didn't know it was coming, and then it was amazing.
Yeah, and that solidified it, dude. You're deep into the Euron boat.
Well, I won't
Yeah.
deny that.
Yeah. So Euron could go like do unspeakable things, and you're gonna be
Yes.
behind
Which
him.
he still might do. I mean, like, you haven't really gotten to book Euron in the book.
haven't.
Joel. So
I'm looking forward.
don't
to
get
it.
too attached.
Okay.
I mean, don't read too much.
Yeah,
into
no,
that
no, no,
comment.
no. I mean,
He does
attached to my
bad-
love of
yeah,
it.
like
right,
the
exactly. He
Ironborn
does
are
bad shit.
badass, but they're
But they're bad.
Yeah, they're not-
Emphasis
they're
on the
not-
bad.
they are
people.
heinous people.
Yeah.
They have very few scruples.
And show Euron so far is very fun to watch, and he's got that fucking guy liner on, and he's swashbuckling all over the place.
we
but
might lose the camera soon, guys. Just heads up.
why are you saying that?
Because it stopped blinking for a
Haberdare.
charge.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If we do, we'll just turn it back on. We're doing fine.
Sure.
Yeah. So he was having a great time in that throne room.
Oh man, the sexual tension, guys. Can we talk about
Oh,
It was real
Cersei
nice,
was
man.
the
feeling it.
ship
I
that
was
I
just-
want Euron to be captain of?
Oh yeah, I loved it. And Chelsea was the one who cried out when Cersei was like, "You'll have it after the war." We all got blue balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, Cersei's down, but they ain't gonna survive this.
So, question
Yeah.
for when jumping ahead just a little bit, but I think this is off of this point. So obviously, sexual tension between Euron and Cersei. Euron comes in with this swagger and this confidence that Cersei obviously responds to. Jaime used to have it. Jaime was all bluster when they were at their peak.
Yeah.
When Cersei comes back,
Hey, shit.
Hey,
Thanks,
Queenie
Queenie
B. Thank you.
Wow,
what's
thank you.
what's west of Westeros? Good plots and accurate character arcs.
Ooh.
Oh, shots fired.
Roles are people of color.
Maybe.
Let's hope we get that in the spinoff.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So do you guys think that when Cersei went to bone Jaime,
Jamie.
where was that energy coming from?
She
getting
had
off-
directly come from
Well,
killing
not
Alaria
yet.
and Tyene.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a couple different things that you can
Yes,
say
she didn't
she's
kill
motivated
Laura.
by, and I don't think they're Jaime.
Oh, God,
No.
no.
And
she
he
was hot
was-
and heavy off of torturing people and needed to get her rocks off.
Yeah. Her. I want to let you do it because you came up with it earlier.
What?
Her.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
her
yeah.
Casterly Rock.
Oh, yeah.
That I
yeah.
piggyback that joke though. All credit where credits due. My wife, Miss Embodied Hands, in the chat, if she's still here and not playing piano. She came up with the genesis of that joke, the kernel. So I don't want to be a Don to her Peggy here, and she's got credit. Throwback to our old series.
Can we stop talking about pegging for 1 hour, please?
God damn it, James.
In any case,
God
no.
damn it.
That was not out of any affection for Jaime. That was out of her power tripping
Yeah.
and riding that shit.
I don't think. So.
And then she's like, just let him see it.
Yeah, exactly. That was another
Wow.
power move.
Yeah. Also, that was body double?
I would assume body double.
I didn't get a good look.
Oh, her
at-
nudity. Yeah.
Her
Yes.
nudity, I would
I
assume.
don't know.
body double.
It seemed consistent with the body we saw before.
With the body double we saw before?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh.
Then why have that shot? I mean,
That's a
well,
good-
show
that's a
just
good
how
question.
she don't give a
Her
fuck.
comfort-
Okay, I guess, yeah. Okay,
Because-
okay, that
because-
one makes
yeah,
sense.
because that was such a big deal for her to do the walk and do it nude. You know,
Okay.
for
yeah,
her to
now
then
she's just
suddenly be
walking around
comfortable
naked.
walking around naked.
Sure, sure.
Just the
What? Okay. Perhaps more important question: was that a butt double for Nikolai?
No
I
way.
hope not.
Handsome man.
It was
the
an
gray in
ISO,
his
so
beard.
if
We
it-
had that close up and we were all like, he's got some
got
some
that
salt in
salt.
that pepper.
He's got
Yeah.
that salt.
I'm not in just a way that I want to talk about sex, but I found it interesting that this was not the kind of sex that we've seen between the two of them before. Like I'm sure
No,
it's
because she
happened.
was the aggressor.
Yeah, but
In fact, he
and
even said no.
he
at the
did.
beginning.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
And also they're usually doing like penetrative sex, and this was just like her. I mean, you could say that the person like receiving has more power, but I think in this case it was definitely her taking control and like giving him pleasure because she could.
Dude, okay,
No,
not
that's
to get
true.
too vulgar, but it look with the bum shot. I was like, I have expected a finger to go up there, right?
Given that it
Oh,
just been
given
talked
the
about,
Euron line.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
which
I was
was
just going from the
crazy
framing
'cause
of the
he's
shot.
So
It was just like
audaciously,
I don't know. That was a hands-on butt.
Yeah,
Some strong hands-on, strong butt.
some people like that, I guess. But yeah, that Euron line was great. Just another. He did it before, but he's doing it more openly now. and-
Taunting Jaime.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like how does?
I
does she
think
like
that's
it?
gonna get him killed.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
think
maybe.
we could see Cersei
fine
siding
much.
with Euron and Jaime.
Euron play with her R's.
Yeah.
Euron, play with our Osh.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think that could be a point where Jaime feels more on the outs because Euron is the guy who's giving her militarily, all that she needs.
Okay. I'd be curious if anybody knows if the the handmaid who like came and answered the door was Lena Headey's body double.
What? Why?
I don't know. I just feel like that'd be a fine because she was dressed similarly, and like I'm just wondering, like sometimes they do that. They throw a bone to the
Yeah,
doubles.
A
and,
fine
like,
bone.
Here's style.
It's just a
section,
question.
Style comment that I can
Yeah, we're
muster up.
Yeah.
I love that they made the choice to have her have short hair, and I like the
Mhm.
idea that what was punishment by the High Sparrows is now in
Fashion.
vogue
Yeah.
because Cersei's so powerful.
That goes back to
Ooh,
her
that's
her
fun.
nudity as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, just taking it all back. Taking it all.
That's a very good
back.
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about style recently, guys. just
We're
in life.
we're missing Chelsea here a little bit on this episode because there was some Cersei's new. I almost said Chelsea's new costume.
Well, it is
Ooh.
really.
Cersei's new costume, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think if there was other kind of costuming choices that were interesting to kind of discuss. Everybody else is kind of dressed the same.
definitely
Olenna
missing
was Olenna
Chelsea
wearing
here.
black.
Olenna's been wearing black. She's been wearing black
Yeah.
since Winds of Winter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's consistent.
Oh man. Well, let's not get.
We'll
ahead
go
of
get to that.
ourselves. All right,
Let's
what's
talk.
next?
Ilaria and Tyene. We kind of skipped over that, but I want to talk about.
Oh
how
God, we
good
gotta
that
talk
scene
about that. Oh
was.
my
So
God, that scene.
Scary.
There was just so much
It was too spooky.
under
For me.
threat. Like and when Ilaria was approaching the throne,
The
and
glance
look-
she has to the mountain. Yeah. On Gregor.
yeah,
It
how
was-
chilling that was that like he survived.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucks for her.
A lot does.
What? Okay. I want to pose something to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons that I really loved that scene between, Ilaria and Cersei and Tyene.
Dane.
That was a scene that subverted my expectations.
In what way?
We all knew that there was going to be punishment for the things that Ilaria did. However, I assumed it would be something more visceral. I was expecting
something more direct. Maybe?
something more direct, something more something that would have been a little bit more brutal, a little bit more shocking visually.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way that the show has kind of gone, we've lost some of the subtlety. I think everybody can agree on that. And we've had a lot of these like very big visual moments of the show, and a lot of the like big shock moments of the show have been visually based. Oberon, obviously, one of the chief examples of that. Oberyn, sorry. So to have this be more of a psychological punishment subverted my expectations in such an excellent way and made the scene land more powerfully. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, because we have people in the chat saying like they expected like the mountain to rape them, and you would expect something that graphic and awful. Which I think the general consensus is kind of what happened to Unella last season.
Yeah, I think this
That was certainly implied.
worked
Yeah.
with that scene and also ran against it because in that one we would expect like violence from the mountain. That's why he was there. He was here again. But this is also consistent with the idea that she was saying to Unella, you're not going to die today. You're going to die a very long time from now.
Same thing with Ilaria, yeah.
Yeah, I think she doesn't want the quick death because she wants people to really understand her pain. Because that's all she's had to live with. Like these weren't like momentary things that happened. These deaths happened, and then she's just accumulated more and more and more of them. So I think she loves having people understand her immense pain.
I think that's a good point. I think it's kind of a punishment fits the crime kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to give a shout out to Satre here for his super chat. The torture scene was my favorite, although it's dark and tense, but there is some compassion, and I was rooting for Cersei. Compassion? I don't know about that. I think that was devoid of compassion. There was compassion between Ilaria and Tyene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
trying
look
to
up
reach
the
each
actress's
other.
name because she's so good.
Which one?
Ilaria.
Yeah. I've seen her in other things. and she's
Tyene's not
good there,
bad.
too.
She's fine.
She-
All
I
she
mean,
had to do
it's
was
not their fault.
cry and
It's not their
Guys,
fault.
we got the
Mom.
return of Bran in this episode, but not to rescue Tyene.
Oh. So here's a throwaway question. Feel free to just throw it away. Do you think that Cersei keeping Ilaria and Unella alive? Do you think we'll ever we presume that Cersei's gonna fall sooner rather than later? Do we think we'll see those characters again, maybe being freed or something after Cersei's gone?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, if she's keeping Ilaria alive and torturing her, what happens when Cersei gets killed?
I don't think the Red Keep is going to be in good shape.
That's probably
yeah,
true.
that's
You know.
probably true. It's Indira Varma, and just she didn't even have words in that scene, and the pain and anguish.
Yeah,
was
she was
just-
gagged the whole time.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It was just
Wow.
Cersei monologuing.
Did she have
looks
any
between
lines this
characters.
episode, or was she?
No,
She was spitting. She was doing a great
She
job
was,
spitting.
she was a good spitter.
she
Wow.
could submit this for an Emmy
Yeah.
because it was.
Like
I mean, it was just
guest,
as
probably?
yeah, a guest. I mean, I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't think it's not.
Well, she
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
get
say
the
she
nom,
would
but
win,
yeah.
but like as far as any episode that she could submit, this is great. I mean, it's the best stuff she's done since season 4.
Yeah.
And yeah, super fitting. She gave a kiss to Tyene and drank the antidotes.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. It
Yeah.
was amazing.
I was thinking the whole time, like, what's wrong with this? Is the lighting in here? Or, like, is the TV a little weird? Why are her lips so red?
Yeah.
I think, and also having the mountain there, having Sir Gregor in that room, just added another layer of psychological fuckery.
Oh yeah.
You know,
he didn't even end
'cause
up
he didn't
doing
even do
anything, but He
anything.
was there to be like, yo, I'm
Great
still here.
gig for Halfdir Bornson. Like,
Yeah. I can't wait to see him in action again, but it just his presence alone is so terrifying.
What's next?
What's
Yeah.
next?
great
We
scene,
got the
great scene,
Iron-
loved it.
Oh yeah, we talked about Cersei waking up with Jaime, and then she's summoned because the Iron Bank is there. Mark Gatiss is back. Gatiss? Yeah.
Tycho and
Tycho.
Neharis. I mean, there's not much to say
Tycho
about the scene.
Nestoris.
She Nestoris. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just I was thinking of Dario. My bad. No
They're
more
the
Dario.
same.
Oh,
Dario
yeah.
is Tycho.
Dario's Tycho is
Confirmed.
Sirio. His mention.
There's not much to say about this, right? There's
no, there's a little bit.
Chelsea had a good
yeah.
point of like, she says that the Iron Bank is involved in the slave trade, but would the Iron Bank
They
of
wouldn't.
Bravos
No.
be involved in the slave trade? Because Bravos is the only free city founded by ex-slaves.
We've always
escaping
referred
the
to it
slave-
as we've already always heard it referred to as the free city of Bravo. So I think
Yeah.
that's show stuff that wouldn't be in the.
But
Fuck.
maybe after Bravos, got its city going on, maybe the Iron Bank that arose from it didn't mind reaching out and funding those nefarious acts. I don't know.
I don't.
know.
That's some show stuff, which is whatever. It's
Well,
a
we
minor
don't,
plot
see,
point.
we can't say at
We
this
can't
point
anymore.
if something is show stuff or not.
Yeah.
Because everything that's going, the book could be exactly like
Yeah,
this.
I know that there's.
We don't know.
There's post Stannis, which is what I'm familiar with. Well, not even entirely. I know that there's
Stannis is still alive in the books.
Yeah,
That's weird.
and there's a I haven't encountered yet in my reading.
Tycho
'cause I haven't
Stannis is
finished
with
yet.
Stannis in the book.
Yeah, there's a whole Iron
like
Bank
in-
plot
Yeah,
that I don't know about.
Jesus.
There's a whole thing.
Winds of Winter needs to fucking come out, man.
Anyway,
Yeah, so she lays out, why are you coming to me? Dragons are gonna take Westeros, and I think she makes a compelling case. Again, talking about foreign invaders, conquerors as opposed to rulers, making a good case, saying all things that are true about Dany as to why she would not be someone reliable.
I agree. I think, however, though, that the Iron Bank doesn't. I don't think they have faith in Cersei. I think what they're saying is our best chance to get paid is by Cersei, because if Dany takes the country with dragons, she's still going to have dragons. She's not going to listen to us.
Yeah, she's not going to pay that bank.
So
I wonder if the Iron Bank and Tycho really knows the reputation of Cersei, because he complimented her a couple of times on how like Tywin she was.
yeah,
Like, straight to the point. You see through everything.
probably the greatest compliment Cersei could receive.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's all she wants.
Oh, yeah. It's like, if I didn't know any better, I'd think I was speaking to a man.
Yep. So I wonder if that's showing us that we were wrong, thinking that she's growing crazier by the day or growing more evil by the day, or whether that's actually right and she is inheriting Tywin's gifts, or we're seeing them in action more than we would have thought, which is held up at least by how they take Highgarden, in my mind.
Tycho's in the next episode. We saw him in the preview.
Yeah.
I wonder how many show watchers are like, who the fuck's this guy? He was only in a couple of scenes. He had that cool scene with Davos and Stannis in Bravos.
He also did a scene with Mace Tyrell.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Did he ever end up at the wall in the show?
No, not in the
Oh,
show.
geez, so he was just in Bravos
Just
in
in
the show?
Bravos.
And
yeah.
Yeah.
he made a bad bet.
Guaranteed.
important
So many
beat
show watchers are
for
like,
him to
who
go to
the
the
fuck
wall.
is this guy? But I don't know. Maybe they know that actor.
I
What's
like
he-
Mark
what's he in?
Gatiss.
Is he in like a battle?
He was in Sherlock.
Yeah.
He was, and he's one of
Mycroft
the. Yeah, he's like
Holmes.
the number. He was the number 2 probably on Doctor Who for a while. Writer.
Oh, he was a writer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a multi-talented man. And
Yeah.
he's
Fun.
played
That's lots of
a
fun.
role or two on
On
Doctor
Who?
as
Yeah.
well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. What's next?
Jon and Tyrion, they have a little powwow before then Dany and Jon have a
Anybody
powwow.
else planning their trip to Ireland?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Oh, Jon Tyrion, nice to see them back together. I'll take any scenes with them. That's nice.
It was kind of like we're watching The Bachelorette right now. It was a little bit like they have to perform in front of everyone and speak a certain way, but this was like Fantasy Suites where it was just the two of them. They could just really open up and say how they're feeling. I liked the different dynamic when it's just the two of them really talking to each other.
Yeah.
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 That I mean, it's been since episode 3
God, yeah.
that they've spoken to each other. That's crazy.
Yeah. He was peeing off the wall.
Maybe 4. I want to say 3. 3 was Lord Snow, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was and it was a critical time because they have this understanding between the two of them,
Yeah.
bastards and broken things that
That was episode 4.
yeah. but they've gone on these journeys, and they mentioned that on the walk up, like, hey, I'd like to hear how you got from Westeros, like you were a Lannister, what's happening? They're like, oh, it's too complicated. Also, that bothered me. A bit more about Bran, but like this episode was like, oh, it's a long story. Oh, it's too complicated. Just fucking say it. You can say it in a sentence.
You want to
like,
you want to hear them recap what
Yeah,
happened?
you want to be like, well, I got the scar in Blackwater,
Well,
and then I got
only-
shipped. I killed my dad, and I was in a crate for a while.
Varys
only
was
when
there.
it's stuff that is
Thanks,
not that hard to
Taylor.
explain and that a character really needs to know. Mostly we'll get to it with the Bran Sansa scene, but she's like, just give me a little. He's like, it's too complicated. Also, well, he's being a real dick to her. We'll get to that.
Taylor asks, do you think the people of King's Landing know what happened at the Sept? Because Cersei said it was an accident, but Tycho knew it wasn't. I imagine there are rumors, and people are like, yeah, Cersei probably did it. But things seem to be pretty chill right now. So I think they're willing to turn a blind eye to it.
I think the issue kind of is, and this is one of the theses of the books, not so much the show, is like the small. It doesn't matter who's
Yeah.
ruling. The small folk. If
Who
they're-
was killed in the Sept? Probably nobles.
Yeah, noble, whatever.
noble
There was
Sure.
a lot of collateral
There's collateral damage,
stuff.
sure,
That
but
was-
like the
Sure.
people who are still alive,
Like the people at Flea Bottom,
yeah, they're like, we
they're
still
like-
have food, so
enough food to throw at sand snakes.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And as
Yeah.
Euron said, these people are very fickle. They don't care whose head is on a pike.
they want to
just
show. They
like-
just like
yeah.
heads. Yeah,
Yeah. Just
like
exactly.
heads.
Exactly.
Just
Uh,
like Jaime in this episode.
Oh, Joel.
He said no.
Get that on the mic.
Yeah, sorry.
Where are we at?
So they talk on the cliffs of Ireland, and actually that was one scene where I was a little bothered by the direction because I wanted to see them more in the frame together, and it was kind of weird how, for most of it, they were shot.
It's kind of
apart.
lazy direction. It's shot reverse shot
Oh my
on
God.
like one of the most
Wildfire
on the
cameras.
most popular show in the world. Like the pinnacle, the banner carrier of prestige drama right now. You're gonna do shot reverse shot. Try harder.
Wow,
Yeah.
man.
But come on, man.
All right. Oh, okay. All right.
Like
I'm not. All right.
Mark
I'm
my
not
lad,
going to bat for this
Mark my
dude.
lad, you were beautiful. You had other parts of this episode that were really really good. I just want to say that, sweetheart, you're going to Vegas. Yes.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw that basically there's this whole issue of like trust. Jon is laying out this whole thing of Grumpkins and Snarks, fairy tales, and no one can really trust and believe it. And I like that he's ready to walk away, saying, well, this whole thing's shot. I'm a prisoner here. Nothing's going to work. And Tyrion's like, hey, is there anything we can do for you? Like, he wasn't going to bring it up, which I think is some classic bad Jon behavior. Just like, oh, well, nothing's...
Yeah. What the fuck, John?
I don't know. Like, you came there
Also,
for a mission.
why wouldn't he? I'm not comfortable with the fact that he didn't say, "Yeah, I died and got brought back to life."
Yeah, what's...
And and Melisandre's here. Yeah, she can. Oh, I guess he doesn't know that Melisandre's there.
Again, I think that his argument is we are trying to fight an army of the dead. If he says, well, I'm undead too, that hurts his argument.
No,
It-
that's different.
It sort of lends him more
Yeah.
legitimacy and power. Because if, I'm Stormborn, I'm the unburnt.
oh,
this
really?
fucker
I'm
came
the
back to life.
undead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's not like,
not clear
there
to
are
me.
forces in this world you don't understand. I do because I died and came back to life.
I also think he's embarrassed.
It all,
No, nobody else has
I don't know,
died, just me.
they're comfortable with the North knowing it. Or are they? Do the nobles, like Littlefinger, don't know shit about that?
I don't
The
think
wildlings
he does.
know,
The
but-
wildlings know.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
that
the
the
wildlings
rumor
know.
is spreading, but I don't think Bronzion knows. I don't think Sansa knows.
It's
I
weird
think
because
he
they haven't made enough about it needing to be kept a secret, which is I think why we're
yeah.
bumping on this a little bit. Like,
Because
why?
it'll come out in like a big deal. It'll come out in like a
Yeah,
tender
but that's
moment
the thing is that
between
it
the two of
feels
them.
like a show contrivance to me that they
I
like wouldn't
see your
it.
point
Yeah,
there.
like from the character standpoint, it's
Bran
like
knows. Bran knows everything.
Bran knows everything.
Dr. Branhattan.
Yeah, how's that tweet?
Hashtag Dr. Branhattan. At James with at James A. Janice with your
Yeah.
best Dr. Branhattan tweet.
So we'll watch what that's about
Could get more love.
because Mel didn't mention it for some reason, and I don't know if her reason is the same reason as Jon not saying it. I think again, there need to be pre-meetings with Jon and his advisors, like him and Sansa, him and Davos. Be like, hey Davos, don't mention that because I don't want it said.
Davos did catch himself.
He did, yeah.
Sure.
Not sure.
Davos gets passionate because Davos is a G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened next?
Yeah.
What happened next? There's
Yeah.
a lot. Oh,
I
we
know,
got a
I
little.
wanna-
I know, we gotta
gotta
move
yeah,
through.
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Sansa was ruling at Winterfell, and then Bran came in there to be like,
Sansa was kicking ass at
Yeah.
Winterfell.
Yeah. Well, she could have been a little bit more pleasant.
ugh.
She could have just been a little nicer. I'm just trying to offer advice, and she's just kind of shooting me down.
What did you guys think of Littlefinger? You have to know everything all the time, and then Bran shows up. Good writing, on the nose. It's
love
somewhere in
on the
between.
nose. I loved that.
Oh,
I
consider-
love that he didn't say anything, and then just a classic Littlefinger
Littlefinger.
moment showing us. I've been waiting for that Littlefinger, you know. I've been waiting for him to be back.
So
this
is
season.
Euron.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I thought it.
Considering I didn't catch it, I would say that it's not too on the nose. That's fun. I'd say the most too on the nose one is like, I'm not a Stark, and then a dragon flies by.
Yeah.
But no, I do like that Littlefinger sat there quiet the whole time, and then kind of just broke down his whole worldview and was just like, just imagine everything happening, and you won't be surprised. Like that's what you need to do.
He's giving her all the tools to kill him.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, I've taught you all I know. Now I have no purpose.
I think he keeps wanting her to see his value, and maybe it's a little on the nose, but in Bran, she now has the power to know. She doesn't need someone just predicting. She has all the information.
Wait, hold on. I want to address this.
Yeah.
Stone Age Stark says, "Did you guys catch when the Maester said that Maester Luwin kept copies of all the Raven scrolls and Littlefinger had a glance over at that point? He did have a glance over at that point. What was that about?"
I don't know.
Because he probably would have kept the scroll implicating the Lannisters in the murder of Jon Arryn, which is like the first MacGuffin of the whole thing, that Littlefinger was behind that plot. Sansa also knows that Littlefinger was behind that plot now, right?
Yes.
She knows in the books.
No, she knows.
She knows.
What does she know?
So if Sansa were to find the letter that says the Lannisters killed Jon Arryn, she can refute that claim and say, you are the reason all of this happened. You're the reason my mother was killed. You're the reason my brother is killed. You're the reason my father was killed. It's all your fault. I'm going to kill you with this cat's paw dagger.
Yeah, that's. I think that's it. Because I was trying to think from her point of view, what does she know when the cat's paw assassin, when that happened? They had
Catelyn
already
did
left.
burn that letter. Okay. Well, if Maester Luwin copied it, he said copies of every letter, right? So
There's something there.
Would he have
I
copied
like
it
this.
before she
he
opened
read it.
He did?
Yeah.
Are you
or
sure?
she talked to him about it. They were all in the. It was this three of them.
But
in
didn't
that
he
scene
like give
together.
it to her?
He
She
gave it to her.
opened
She opened it. They read it. But then they all talked about it. If it's not that specific thing, it's going to be something else like it, or not. We've been more. Me especially has been more wrong than right.
Wait,
But
I can't remember
many
now.
times,
Had they
But
left?
maybe he can get out of it.
Had Ned left with the kids by the time Cat's Paw happened?
Yes.
Cat's paw, yes.
Okay.
Let her know.
So I don't know that Sansa would have known exactly what happened.
Was
Because Ned would have found out when Catelyn went down. Ned would have gotten the
No,
information.
Sansa found out at the Eyrie.
Yeah, but I meant the information that Lysa said was the Lannisters.
Well, what we're saying is
Yeah.
that she's going to somehow discover a
Yes.
record of Maester Luwin's.
Yes.
A
That's-
journal or something. It's
I'm-
possible.
Hey, I'm really not going to be okay when Littlefinger dies.
Yeah.
I
This
think
could be
you've
a rough
got
time
less than 3 episodes, buddy.
Dude, I'm starting to think he'll kick it before Cersei does, maybe.
Oh, for sure.
Don't say for sure. Yeah, you say for sure. You fuck you.
I
You don't know
literally
shit for
just
sure.
said
Yeah,
that
you
everything
literally
I've
just-
said is wrong.
So fuck you.
He's a goner.
He's a goner, man. But he's got the Army of the Vale.
Yeah.
The
Where's Robin?
No,
that was my instinct as well.
Bronzion is all in on Sansa. He was like, there should be leather in that armor.
Yeah, good call, my lady.
No, but
So Bran arrives, showing no emotion, just hi,
He's beyond
so-and-so.
emotion.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit of a jump from when we last saw him, but it makes sense. I mean, I guess he is the three-eyed raven now, so he just knows everything.
That
He's had a
conversation
long journey to
disappointed
kind
me.
of get into his headspace. It did
the
disappoint me.
Bransa conversation disappointed me.
It was gross. He could have thought of a number of things that he couldn't possibly have known unless he had magical weirwood powers.
Oh, yeah, it was like,
besides
remember that
her
time he got-
assault.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Remember the night you got raped?
In his defense, though,
Yeah.
that's taking an incredibly intimate moment from her past that she would not otherwise share. That
Yeah.
she would be ashamed to share. And it's not like he was like, remember when he made Theon watch? Like, he picked the best part of that memory he
It
could
was a
possibly
pretty
describe.
wedding. It was a really
Yeah.
pretty wedding.
It does illustrate how detached he is, and he was praising her, as Kaelin says. Yeah, no, like he was saying, like, "Oh, you looked beautiful. There was snow," but yeah, I think it just shows how he's not. He's lost his emotional intelligence, perhaps.
I don't know how I feel about his acting there.
I'm not convinced about his acting overall. I mean, he hasn't had much to do compared to a lot of the other.
Has he spent any seasons off?
4.
4.
We just didn't.
He was
we just
gone in
didn't
4?
See
see
him at all in
That's
4.
weird, man.
I also think again, like, you know, these are the young actors that don't give great performances in a Mark Mylod episode. Like, you know,
Oh, speaking of which, no Arya.
no Arya.
Wow, I
Yeah.
just realized that.
I appreciate that they're parceling out the arrivals of Stark children.
Mm-hmm.
And
The writing wasn't great, Caitlin. You're right. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah, I thought it was season 5. Yeah, guys.
Was it
season
5?
4 ends with the skeletons.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. He because he could
I was
see
thinking
everything,
book
he saw how
4.
season 5 would be and was like, I'll sit
Yeah,
this one out,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
He's a little overconfident. He doesn't know everything that will be.
He did not say that, though.
He didn't. He said everything.
He
that
said
was,
everything,
everything
that has
that
happened
happened
and
and is
everything happening.
Okay.
He said past and present, not future.
Versus Mel, who evidently knows things that will happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, with that very.
And also, he's okay. I understand that when you have an issue with someone, or you just need to speak to them directly. Don't talk behind their back. But you're showing a little bit of disloyalty to your sister, a true Stark, when he's saying like, "I'll talk with Jon about this thing I know. I'm not going to tell you."
Well,
This.
It's very
relevant to
sensitive
his-
information.
Yeah, it's relevant to
Yeah.
his birth and his heritage.
No, but
Oh, you think
she
you should
needs
just
to
go?
know at some point soon.
Does she?
I think she should.
Should she know before John?
Okay.
No, she. Yeah,
That's true. It's a
betraying
secret he
trust a
doesn't
little
know.
bit.
Got him. Close the book.
All right, guys, this has been our show.
Wait.
What's up? What's next?
We skipped over Dany and Jon talking,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
I like that scene.
Those
She
scenes
was
are
warming
great.
to him, and they
She's-
even though it was like a agree to disagree, like they couldn't move on their intractable claims of like, okay, you're an open rebellion. I'm not going to acknowledge that you're king of my or that you rule over my kingdom. But
Right,
hey,
right.
dragon glass.
Yeah. Great. Next.
Next is Dany and her war council leading into Casterly Rock.
We have this many Dany scenes.
There's a lot of Dany.
It's time. It's time for the Dany. She's in Westeros, dude.
Yeah. So this is where Tyrion was laying.
Well, what?
out
This
his
is
plan.
Oceans, right? We kind of talked about this.
Yeah.
So,
Oceans.
yeah, it's Oceans.
Oh, Oceans. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oceans 11. Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
talk about the Olenna. I guess maybe that's the thing we haven't really talked about.
Real quick, I didn't
Mhm.
hate the redirect, the misdirect.
Oh, really?
It was a little clunky, but
It's a little, dude. It's just. I mean, I'm sorry. After I watched Ocean's 11 real recently, like just a few months ago, and like I remember fucking loving it in college, but watching it now after seeing it parodied in every single medium possible, it's less impactful and it's less cool and it just feels more trite. It's in the same way that like Anchorman isn't as funny anymore because like you've seen that kind of humor so much since then. So I watched Ocean's 11 and I was like, I mean, you take away the impact of like how cool that style was to see for the first time, and it's not that great what's left over. And so just to be reminded of that, I guess, and like Joel and I said, to have it just takes you out of the moment because like you want to be in this battle. It's a cool battle. It's a daylight
that's
battle.
a very fair criticism.
You know, and it's
being
how
in the battle, especially after sorry to interrupt, but
No, go ahead.
especially after we had the scene last week with the Sandy and Grey Worm where we tied this battle to an emotional thread, and they kind of cut that thread. So I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
And-
it's just weird because like I want to see a daylight battle. Most of the battles happen at night, and this was a cool one that happened in day, and I want to fucking see it and not hear Tyrion be like, George Clooney it.
We could have done it this way, but Matt Damon was she really over here? One small detail if it had gone the other way, I also would have appreciated more was that it wasn't something that the show invented. Tyrion was the guy who ran the sewers at Casterly Rock. It was organic.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
And not seeing, how it could have happened, it could have just allowed him to talk and have that be interesting.
Yeah. One more time, you want to bring up Casterly Rock because we have a ton of people in here now, and
Yeah.
I just want to show them what Casterly Rock could have been, what
Instead
we
of
were hoping for.
Casterly Rock?
That's the Rock, yo. That's Dwayne the Rock Johnson right there, and that's not what we got in the show. Instead, we got like a little castle on a hill, pretty much.
According to World of Ice and Fire, I believe the Rock is taller than both the High Tower and the Wall.
The rock's taller than the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Wow, that's a tall
It's
rock.
basically just a mountain sitting in a bay
Yeah.
with a castle on top.
And we had just a castle on a hill.
Just a White Castle.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Joel.
What?
I wasn't.
Wait, do High Garden. And this is what High Garden was supposed to look like. This boy.
Both of these pictures were pulled from Westeros.org.
Yeah. Look at that beauty. I mean,
Hornhill had more of this kind of stuff, so I was,
Yeah.
I was
Hornhill
surprised.
seemed more resplendent than
I was
Highgarden.
surprised
That's
that we
weird.
didn't get that. We didn't get that in High Garden. I
Mhm.
mean, I guess it was under attack.
yeah.
Before we do Olenna, one last little scene that I forgot. Jorah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Jorah
we got a
and
little wrap up
Sam.
to Jorah.
So this is another thing with this. I liked the episode a lot. I don't want anyone to think I didn't, but I didn't like how Jorah doesn't have grayscale. All you gotta do is fucking chisel it off.
And put on some
The
ointment.
solve.
Oh.
I think.
But
I think
still.
that the paste was.
No,
what
the
was
solve
it.
sells me because solve you got to put the right things in the solve.
Sure. But what is so in the time that we have remaining? We talked last time about how we liked the Melisandre and Grey Worm scene, but it maybe didn't need to be that long when we have 13 episodes of these 2 seasons left. I'm still trying to puzzle out the meaning of this thread with the grayscale. Was it just we needed to get him over to the Citadel to get him cured to get him back to Dany? Why spend so much time with that? Or just like
And why have him get grayscale in the first place then?
Well,
Yeah.
that's a
know.
good question.
Yeah.
it's a great question.
Is Jorah going to be patient zero for a grayscale outbreak? Probably not. There's not enough time left in the show for that to be a thing.
You don't think Sam shaking his hand is Sam getting infected?
I think that's a red herring. I just feel like it would be weird for the show to be like, we only have 13 episodes left. Let's throw a horrible viral outbreak into the mix.
I guess that.
And
makes
also,
sense.
it doesn't fit with what we're building towards, like Song of Ice and Fire and Stone.
Yeah,
Also in this battle,
it
somehow.
doesn't really fit thematically. I'm waiting for there to be some sort of other shoe to drop with it, some sort of side effect that we haven't
Yeah.
seen yet.
Either for Sam or for Jorah, because
For
there's
Sam
a
or for
reason that
Jorah,
they
yeah.
brought them together. He could have just shown up cured at some point and gotten cured somewhere else if we really. I mean, I guess it shows Sam's advancement in the Citadel, but I
But-
don't know what it does for Jorah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could.
Yeah, and where is Jorah? Does he know that Danny's in Dragonstone? Or is
he
he-
can figure it out.
I'm sure. I was waiting for him to be like, now that I'm healed, I'm going to go back to my Khaleesi.
In
Marine.
He
He gets back there, it's just Dario.
It's Dario.
Like, fuck.
God damn this motherfucker. I think I don't know. I don't know where he's gonna go. There's still a chance that Sam could have totally changed his perspective on things, and maybe he goes north to try to find the family he left behind. Probably not.
Yeah,
I don't
think
know.
Khaleesi's his one thing.
The other thing, it could just be plot to get Sam to those old scrolls, and he could find some sort of new information in there.
Yeah, do you think the Archmaester took some useful scrolls and was like, copy these boys?
I thought at the beginning of that scene, yes. At the end of it, I thought no.
My question is, how many points did he win for Gryffindor?
Yeah.
So many points, dude. They're gonna take the cup every fucking year, man.
I mean, we know that Ebro.
Did they take the cup every year?
prefers Slytherin,
It's the highest stakes in the whole series is who wins the House Cup.
Yeah.
Do they win it though every
Not
year?
those
I don't think so.
Horcruxes.
What other
I
house?
think
would win it?
Slytherin wins once.
Well, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
they're not gonna
But
have
one
a
of the
whole
years
book
it
go
doesn't
on,
matter.
and then
Like,
it's
it's the
like
seventh-
Hufflepuff.
It's like the seventh book when
Eventually,
things are bad.
they just stop with it.
Well,
because
yeah,
it's the
because they're under
stupidest
invasion
thing.
from
Yeah.
the motherfucking Death Eaters.
Yeah.
Maybe House Cup still may. It's just like Game of Thrones. The Iron Throne is the House Cup. The White Walkers are the Death Eaters.
Great
Night King
battle.
Voldemort confirmed.
This has been our show.
Don't tell me I don't know my Harry Potter.
Well, guys, don't you remember when the Night King was studying at the Citadel as a young man?
Oh my God. Queenie says, I feel like it was to give hope to Jorah. Also in the scrolls, Sam could find the process to Valyrian steel. That's thing. Also, shout out to some J Bear eye candy. That is true as well.
Yeah.
That's
He's
a
looking
barrel-chested
good.
man.
He is a good looking guy for his period. He's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for his age, but we don't have to bring that into it.
Well, fucking the Archmaester did. He said at that age.
That's true.
Yeah. So.
Ageist.
Yeah.
Jim Broadbent.
Well, once you kill Selmy, you got to move on to someone else to be ageist.
That's true.
right.
Is it the last time? Is it the last piece? Is
Yeah,
it the Olenna?
Olenna and Jaime.
Olenna, Jaime.
Oh.
Oh man. Yep. Great scene.
Great scene, right? I mean, this is we probably say it as much as we say in the books. It's Game of Thrones is at its best when it's two great actors acting.
Yeah, it's at that point.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sad though. Like,
To see Diana Rigg go?
yeah,
Yeah.
man, I love the Tyrells. I love
James is a Tyrell slappy.
Marjorie. That's it for me. That's
Yeah.
my house.
House is gone.
My house is
There's
gone.
so many houses gone. Freys are gone. Martells are gone.
Baratheon.
Baratheons, and Tyrells now.
Yeah, man. Fuck. She was my last hope. I mean, it wasn't like she was about to.
There were no new Tyrells.
No, there were no new Tyrells coming down the stream, but man, it just sucks. They're the fucking best house because they were ambitious but also not dicks about it.
Yeah.
And now they're all fucking gone. They were also some of the best actors in the show. I mean,
I do want to real quick interrupt for Lord Alistair's theory that that being cured of grayscale could. No, that doesn't make any sense because Shireen got burned alive. So being cured of grayscale would not make you immune to fire.
Yeah.
Maybe by the process that Sam did, I
I
suppose.
don't know, maybe. Well, what if it's like his skin's extra durable now? He could ride a dragon. I don't know.
Jorah's not riding no dragons.
He's not one of the three heads.
It's not a secret targ.
That's true.
yeah. I'm just real sad. Like, I knew she wasn't long for this world. I don't know if I would have necessarily guessed her demise in the third episode.
Yeah, not so soon.
But like when she just chugs that poison, and I mean, to be fair, she goes out kind of on her own turn. I mean, Jaime presents the poison, but she like doesn't hesitate.
Yeah, she's very. She knows what's happening, and she's asking, "Well,
How
will
is it?"
happen?"
Yeah, she asks that twice, and I think the more important way that she wins that is revealing to Jaime that she's the one who killed his son.
Yeah, she hinted at it earlier, saying that how many horrible things she's witnessed, and this is also a scene.
And she says there that
Yeah.
she doesn't regret it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I really love the tension that that knowledge that we know, the dramatic tension that Olenna was the one who killed Joffrey brings to that scene. That whole scene, I was waiting for that shoe to drop. I was like, is she going to tell him? Is she going to tell him?
She had to.
This is another moment that Jaime finds himself in. This is like Myrcilla, where Myrcilla acknowledges Jaime as her father and then dies, and they have that really sweet moment. It was probably the best part of season 5. This is
Hard home.
right. God damn it. I really liked that the tension that fact brought, and then for her to admit it, and then for Jaime to be powerless to do anything about it. I half expected him to cut her down.
I half expected it.
Yeah.
It was also a test of how Jaime is behaving because she directly asked him. They were talking about Cersei so much, and I like that she called him out, and then he agreed that he might be too far in Cersei's control. I'm trying to think of the exact wording that was said, but
Like basically that she'll be the death of you.
yeah, and that
Right.
he loved her so much. He was all in on whatever she was going to do. He would be there.
I'm really curious what knowing this information is going to do to Jaime's thoughts about Tyrion. Because the Lannister party line is that Tyrion killed Joffrey.
And for all he knew, that was true.
And I don't remember if in the show...
No.
Okay, he does not.
Yeah, in the
Okay.
books, when Jaime frees Tyrion and then he goes up and crossbow kills,
Tyrion
kills
admits
Daddy
to...
Or
Yeah.
Tyrion falsely admits.
Falsely
just to
admits
hurt him
Joffrey.
so
Just to
much.
hurt
Yeah.
because of a thing that also doesn't happen.
in the
Yeah.
show.
show.
But
Right.
that does not happen in the show.
That also is false information.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
In any case, Cersei firmly believes that Tyrion is the one who killed Joffrey. Now Jaime knows for a fact that... now Jaime knows for a fact that Tyrion did not kill Joffrey.
Yeah.
So what does that do for his relationship to Tyrion?
And to Cersei.
And to Cersei. Exactly.
I think Cersei will just say, "Oh, they planned it together."
I was so scared she was also going to mention, and Littlefinger helped me.
Oh, I was waiting for it too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an off-screen death. He did walk away. We didn't see her die. I think we
I
can
like that.
still assume that
Yeah.
she definitely died.
God,
They're not
she
going to be
acted the
like,
hell out of
hey,
that.
legendary actress Diana Rigg, just do a quick poisoning death scene
Hey,
for us.
hey, Diana Rigg, the only actress to play a character that James Bond married.
Yeah, can you just do some choking sounds? Can we get 3 different angles?
Can
of
we get
choking
makeup over here? We
sounds?
need more blood coming out
Yeah.
Diana Riggs' nose. we need more fake blood to leak from legendary actress Diana Riggs'
Yeah.
80-something-year-old nose.
I'm glad it wasn't the Strangler.
Can we just CG Diana Riggs' face real quick? Make it purple.
Just turn it purple. Just color select.
Here's a
Keyframe
thought.
Yeah.
So we've got the off-screen deaths. Probably have Tyene and Ilaria. Ilaria we've had since season 4.
Yes.
Olenna we've had since season 3. We're starting to get more deaths of characters who's been with us a long time.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
we're definitely just narring down this cast.
We're
right now.
encroaching on
cutting
those
payroll.
all-timers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Littlefinger.
The all-timer, like
Yeah.
Littlefinger.
Oh
Those
no!
pilot people.
I've been there since.
He's not in the pilot.
He's not in the
He's
pilot.
not.
He's
Oh,
in-
I
he
could.
shows
Oh,
up
you're
in
right.
episode
You're
2.
right. When they
Yeah.
go to old KL.
I'm not there until
King's Road.
Landing. Yes.
Does he meet them there? Oh,
No.
that's
No,
that's the name of the
Yeah,
episode.
Nice.
Yes. Sorry,
Uh,
I was busy.
It would be pretty gross to get a cutscene back to Cersei like checking in on Ilaria and Tyene and having like Tyene's
Yeah.
like rotting corpse in this room.
we've never checked in on Unella, so I don't think we will.
But
they were bigger and more
yeah,
important.
Unella didn't have like a disgusting monologue about who she fights for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more about, I fuck my brother because I like the feeling of him inside me. I do this because I like it. And you like it too.
Somebody
Wine.
clip that.
All right. What up? Anything else?
Hey, everyone give a like to this video so more people can find
Yeah,
it.
give a like. Oh, it was a great crowd tonight.
Great crowd.
Good
tonight.
numbers. I
Good
was
episode.
very happy with the numbers here.
Good episode. Got us a good crowd, I think.
Yeah, good episode. It was a good one. I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe we're losing our edge and we're just slipping into fanboy territory because
It's
all 3 episodes
possible.
this season were like, this is great. It was
I
really
think
good.
we have lower expectations for the show. We talked a little bit about this than we would have back in season 3.
Expectations.
That's true.
Yeah, we just
I do
Yeah.
think I have lower expectations. I have lower expectations for like an early season
It's
episode
still my
like
favorite
this.
show.
That's true.
You know?
It's true. I do like. I was really before the season started. I was really like, all right, Game of Thrones is back. But now that it's back, I'm like, yeah, Game of Thrones.
And even,
I
like-
was excited. I was really excited for this episode.
Yeah, and my life is busier than it's ever been, and so during the week I don't. I like last year I was glued to the subreddits and like thinking about and editing the videos, and this
Oh, God,
year I
editing.
don't have the time to do that. I'm not like fully sunken in Game of Thrones like I was, and I miss that. And I forget that I miss it because during the week I don't think about it Game of Thrones as much. But god damn it, while I'm sitting there watching the episode for that hour during every week, I love it, man. I fucking love it. Like, I don't want it to end, and when it ends I'm sad, and I love sitting here talking about it with you guys. And it sucks that there's less episodes, and it sucks that I don't have as much time this year to really fucking just get invested.
yeah.
You know?
Quick little talk about next week. We saw. I mean, we went through it very quickly, but I at least saw Arya on horseback looking at Winterfell from afar.
Yeah. Was it editing?
Oh, really?
Or
I
was it the same
missed.
shot?
I missed the
It was
next
very
week
quick
on.
cut.
So
Which isn't her at Winterfell. Someone in the chat was saying that maybe she meets up with the Brotherhood without banners. God, I hope she just gets in there and meets her family.
I don't know. I do kind of want an Arya Sandor reunion. I want a Sansan reunion. Is what I want.
Yeah.
Caitlyn,
Sounds on.
Sounds on.
Paige, and Caitlyn for Sansan.
We also got. I'm trying to look at. Oh yeah, the Iron Bank he's still hanging around.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he's in there.
oh,
there were
yeah.
shots
It's
of
like a close up.
Jamie looking at some Reach gold, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
he's not magically just back in King's Landing after this. He's got to get there. So we
He's
may
gotta
see
get
something
every
happen.
little piece.
Oh god.
Money, money, money. by
We
the
got
pound.
we got a shot of a dragon, right? So we're gonna get Field of Fire next week.
Maybe. I don't know.
You make predictions with such certainty. And
I like to stir the pot, James.
Yeah. But we will get a more desperate Dany too, because things have gone to shit.
yeah. Oh yeah, her shit's fucked.
Well, then I'm
You
curious.
take her shit and you look at her shit and you're like, that shit's fucked.
Is Jon gonna leave Dragonstone then with his dragon glass and be like, thanks, peace?
Yeah, we know that because of the
How
trailer
long-
that Jon will get
Jon
north.
is going to go back north and fight what is in all likelihood
a losing battle.
or no, not necessarily a losing battle, but a what looks to be turned wildlings.
Wait, I didn't see that.
That's in the trailer.
Jesus. What?
We haven't watched the Comic-Con trailer.
That's
so.
been in like original.
No, I know.
trailers.
Yeah. But I thought they were fighting whites. Whatever. He's
Yeah,
gonna,
whites.
He's gonna end up in
In
a
next
snowy
episode,
place.
he's
No,
gonna
no,
be
no,
fighting
no,
turned. I thought you meant just like wildlings were like mad
No,
at him
I meant
now.
like white.
Okay.
wildlings.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
eventually.
thought you meant next episode.
No,
he's
no,
gonna
no.
be fighting people in the snow. I'm
No,
like,
not next
Jesus.
episode. By the end of the season.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how long it takes to mine Dragonglass.
Agreed. I'm also curious, what is Mel's role in all this? Is she going to go back to Volantis? Why? Is she going to return to Westeros? Why?
This is where it's happening, baby.
Why?
Labatt for life. That's a fun name. I miss Labatt. We can't get it in California.
And Rolling Rock does it for me.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, guys. I want to come over. Y'all are
Liz,
so cool.
yeah,
Liz, you
hang
can come over
out.
next week.
Yeah, Liz.
I'm gonna just say that. You can come over next week. I'm gonna make that fucking executive decision.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. We're not going to do much more predictions or over-unders or stuff because we've already done that, and there's only a
We're
couple
always
episodes
wrong.
left.
Yeah.
We're always
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh wait, aren't you gone next week?
I am gone next
Oh,
week.
Liz,
So
you
Liz
going to
definitely
wrestle.
come over.
Oh,
Whoever gonna miss
yeah.
Liz?
Yeah, you gonna miss Liz.
Boo.
This is ours.
I'll be
Whoever
gone next
whoever
week, though.
bet that Gress will be gone next week, you win.
Yeah, what was the over under on that?
4. I don't know. If you covered the spread. I don't know what any of these things mean. Cool. Anybody else got anything they want to say?
Why are you gonna be gone next week? Are you allowed to say?
No, I don't want to say.
Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna be doing drugs. That's his drug day.
It's my
every year, Grussel sets aside one day of the year to do drugs.
It's my dark day, like Luke on Gilmore Girls,
oh, I don't get that.
I go
reference.
I go
don't know that one
fishing.
either.
and
Oh,
I'm
man.
cantankerous.
I just imagine you like huddle up in a corner shooting dope into your arm. Yeah,
I was
And
thinking
it's
it could
like I just
be-
need to give
yeah.
I just need to give myself this one day a year.
I gotta find some good police to go inform on. I was
you mean
trying to
good
do a
police?
Bubbles thing. Police.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's leave it.
All
Let's
right.
drop that there.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
You
All
got
right,
some people
guys.
with the
We'll
loop
see you
then.
next week.
we'll see you next week. Except for
That's in 2
Gresso,
weeks.
who will be chasing that dragon.
I'm not gonna do that.
Chasing that dragon.
Don't do drugs.
Tell Drogon I said hi. Until then, I'm James.
I'm James.
I'm Joel.
And here's a direwolf.
Bye, everybody.